Tanay.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
हाँ.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, Tanay. You are the presenter.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, is the
Yes,
screen visible?
No.
It is not visible.
No, Tanay.
It's showing blank screen.
Just a minute, sir.
तो ना आपके ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कौन से? हाँ, गाइड्स
Now,
विजिबल.
okay.
Hello, sir. Now is it visible?
Yes,
now.
Tanay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. The development of any nation depends on the transportation networks and the ways in which they are being maintained. The same holds true for the development of a huge and a populous nation like India. For connecting the areas and maintaining smooth flow of traffic, the construction of new and developed roads are a must. The same will be achieved with the implementation of Bharatmala Pariyojana project. Under the scheme, a host of new roads will be laid down in the nation. So, I am Master Tana Jaiswal, and today, through this presentation, we will look upon an overview of Delhi-Mumbai Expressway that is being constructed under Phase 1 of Bharatmala Pariyojana. This is how my presentation would proceed from introduction to key features, to route alignment, to formation of SPV, construction phases, list of contractors, project financing, records, and facilities. The Delhi-Mumbai Expressway is a 1,350 km long, 8-lane wide, which can be expandable to 12 lanes, under construction, access-controlled expressway connecting India's national capital New Delhi with its financial capital Mumbai. The under construction Vadodara-Mumbai Expressway has been subsumed in this project. Foundation stone of the project was laid by Union Minister Nitin Gadkari in the presence of Sushma Swaraj and Arun Jaitley on 8 March 2019. The total project value, including the land acquisition cost, is around 98,000 crores. An additional 30 km long spur will also be constructed by the NHAI from Noida International Airport in Zevar to Balabgarh on this expressway. Upon construction in March 2023, it will become the world's longest expressway. The Delhi-Mumbai Expressway will connect D&D Flyway in Delhi to Jawaharlal Nehru Port in Maharashtra via Dausa, Kota, Ratlam, Vadodara, and Surat. It passes to the states of Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. The main length of the expressway, although, is from Sauna to Virar only, that is 1,198 kilometers. But additionally, it has two spurs, the DND Faridabad KMP Expressway and Virar Jawaharlal Nehru Port International, which increases its length to 1,350 kilometers. Initially, the expressway will be a 8-lane width with the greenfield alignment route in the backward areas, which will reduce the current 24 hours of travel time into just 12 hours. Land for an additional 4 lanes shall also be reserved in the middle of the roads for the future expansion, along with the space for utilities, plantation, and public transport on both the sides. This expressway, along with the western dedicated freight corridor will be the vital backbone of the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. Now, we will look upon some key features of the project. The expressway, which is a 8-lane accessible controlled expressway, can be expanded to 12-lane expressway depending on the traffic volume. It will boost wayside amenities such as resorts, food courts, restaurants, fuel stations, logistic parks, facilities for truckers, etc. For accident victim, it will also offer helicopter ambulance service as well as an heliport which will use drone services for business. Along the highway, over 2 million of trees and shrubs are planned to be planted. The highway project is Asia's first and the world's second to include animal passes in order to facilitate unrestricted wildlife movement. Besides, it will also involve 2 ionic 8-lane tunnels. The project will result in annual savings of more than 320 million liters of fuels and as well as reduce the carbon dioxide emissions by 850 million kgs. Over 12 lakh tons of steel will be consumed in this project, which is equivalent of constructing 50 Howrah bridges. For the project, 80 tons of cement will be consumed, which is around 2% of the country's annual cement production capacity. This ambitious Delhi-Mumbai Expressway project has also created job opportunities for thousands of trained civil engineers, apart from generating over 50 lakh man-days of work. Now, let's look about the connectivity and route alignment of the project. The Delhi-Mumbai Expressway will be directly connected with the other expressways like Delhi-Noida Direct Flyway in Delhi to Kundli-Manesar Palwel Expressway in Haryana and Ahmedabad-Vadodara Expressway in Gujarat. In Maharashtra, it will be connected with Mumbai-Nagpur Expressway and Mumbai-Pune Expressway. The expressway will have multiple side spurs in the future, which will help commuters to connect with other major cities which are not directly connected on the main route. In August 2021, the NHAI has approved a 30-kilometer long additional side spur connecting Noida International Airport in Jewar with Balabgarh in Haryana on this expressway. At the end, the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway has 2 main entry or exit points, DND Flyway in Delhi and Alipur village north of Sona in Haryana. Traffic coming from both ends and moving towards either Vadodara or Mumbai will merge at the Cloverleaf interchange with KMP Expressway in Nuh district of Haryana. The greenfield alignment is as follows. The section would be DND to Faridabad to KMP Expressway. The second section would consist of Sona, KMP to Vadodara. The third section would be Vadodara to Virar, and the fourth section would be from Virar to to Jawaharlal Nehru International Port. Now, let's discuss about section 1 of the project. The section 1 would be Delhi-Noida Direct Flyway to Faridabad to Kundli-Manesar Palwel Expressway. It will start at NCT of Delhi, which is also called as the National Capital Territory of Delhi, from the junction of DND Flyway and the Ring Road at Maharani Bagh on Yamuna River's west bank. From there, it will pass through Okla, Shaheen Bagh, Kalandi Kunj and Jaitpur along the Agra Canal. Then it will enter Haryana through Faridabad, Balabgarh bypass road and enter Kailgaon on Delhi-Agra Expressway, National Highway 2. From Kailgaon, it will join the Cloverleaf interchange with KMP Express at Khalilpur village in Noida district. Talking about its construction, the NHAI has divided the construction of DND Farida KMP section of Delhi-Mumbai Expressway into 3 packages, and its construction is around 3,330 crores, that is excluding the land acquisition and utility shifting cost. The first package is of junction of DND Flyway and Ring Road in Delhi to Jaitpur Pushta Road in Delhi. The length in kilometers is 9 kilometers. The value is 1,422 crores in the state of Delhi. The second package is from Jaitpur Pushta Road in Delhi to sector 62 or 65 dividing road in Faridabad. The length in kilometers is 24 kilometers. The value is 1,225 crores and in the state of Haryana. The third package is also in the state of Haryana from sector 62 or 65 dividing road in Faridabad to KMP Expressway in Khalilpur Noor district for a length of 26 km, for which the cost incurred is around 666 crores. Talking about the section 2, which consists of Sohna to Kundli Manesar Palwel to Vadodara Expressway. It will start in Haryana at National Highway 248A at Alipur village north of Sohna. Then it will move to NH 919 where a flyover interchange would take place west of Sancholi. Then a chlorlift interchange with KMP Expressway at Khalilpur village will take place. This is the typical type of chlorlift interchange, and a few days before, fortunately, Google Maps have updated their satellite imaging, so I was able to capture the actual imaging of the KMP cloverleaf interchange. From there, it will move to MDR 134, that is Major District Road 134, to MDR 132, then to MDR 135, then MDR 131, to State Highway 22, and finally ending in Kolgaon village on Haryana-Rajasthan border. From there, it will enter the state of Rajasthan at National Highway 248A, Naugaon village, from where it will move to State Highway 25A, to National Highway 21, to National Highway 23, National Highway 552, State Highway 29, to National Highway 27, and finally ending in State Highway 9A, where an interchange would take place to the east of Rawat Bhatta. Then it will enter Madhya Pradesh from east of Bhanpura and Neemuch interchange on State Highway 31A, to east of Gharot, to east of Sitamau Mandsaur interchange on State Highway 14, east of Jaora to west of Ratlam, and ending to the west of Thandla. Then it will emerge in Gujarat at Chayan village at Dahod district. National Highway 56 interchange would take place at Dahod district. Then it will move to northeast, to north, to west, to southwest of Godhra, and then it will finally end at Ahmedabad-Vadodara Expressway interchange in Dhodka village. Now let's look about the third section, that would be from Vadodara to Virar. It will start where the previous section ended, from Ahmedabad-Vadodara Expressway interchange in Dhodka village to northwest of Vadodara. Then it will move to northwest of Vadodara, then to west of Vadodara, then to west of Bharuch, where an interchange would take place between Bharuch-Dahej highway, and then to north of Surat, then east of Surat, then east of Navsari, and then east of Valsad. Finally, it will enter the state of Maharashtra from Gujarat-Maharashtra border to Virar, which is in Palghar district. The fourth section would be from Virar to Jawaharlal Nehru International Port. This section is very important from the Maharashtra's point of view. This section will start from Virar in Palghar district, then it will move to Amane in Thane district, then it will be moving to Badlapur again in Thane district, finally ending at Navi Mumbai at Jawaharlal Nehru International Port. This is the spur which I was talking about in the earlier slides. Formation of SPV. The NHAI, that is the National Highway Authority of India, has formed a special purpose vehicle, SPV, to finance the construction and operation of Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. The SPV has been registered on 29th August 2020 by the name of DME Development Limited, which is also abbreviated as a DME-DL, and it will be wholly owned by NHAI. By floating SPV specific to the corridor, NHAI is aiming at diversifying its resource base to develop a sustainable and self-liquidating approach to raise finances. The toll on the projects housed in SPV shall be collected by NHAI, and SPV shall get the annuity payment without any construction and tolling risks. On March 2021, DME Development Limited received the highest AAA credit ratings from CRISIL, Care Ratings, and India Ratings. Now, let's talk about the construction phases. The entire 1,350 km long Delhi-Mumbai Expressway has been divided into 4 sections, as we have seen earlier, with a total of 52 construction packages or tenders, where the length of each package is between 8 km to 46 km. The section 1 of DND Faridabad to KMP would be of length 59 km, where there would be 3 number of package, one in Delhi and one in and 2 in Haryana. Then the second package, uh, then the second section, Sona KMP Vadodara, would be of the whooping length of 844 kilometers, where the number of packages would be 31, which is further divided as three packages in Haryana, 13 in Rajasthan, 9 in Madhya Pradesh, and 6 in Gujarat. Vadodara to Virar would be of length 354 kilometers, which would be divided into 13 packages, 10 in Gujarat and 3 in Maharashtra. From Virar to Jawaharlal Nehru International Port, the length would be 92 kilometers. Number of packages would be 5, all of which would be in Maharashtra. Thus, the total length comes out to be 1,350 kilometers, with the total packages of 52 in the 6 states of Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Now, let's talk about the list of contractors. The NHAI has awarded the construction work in 52 packages, as we have discussed earlier, to around 20 construction companies. Around 15,000 hectares of land has been acquired for this project. The list of contractor is as below. Upco Infratech was awarded with 47 kilometers of land in the state of for 2 packages in Haryana. Similarly, Ashoka Buildcon, CDS Infra Projects, Daya Manju Construction Company, Dilip Buildcon, Dinesh R. Chandra has got packages for respective lengths. Then Jawar Constructions, GHV India, GR Infra Projects, HG Infra Engineering, IRB Infrastructures, IRCON International, and MKC Infrastructures have got a respective length of in kilometers and the respective packages. Then KKC Buildcon, then Larsen and Turbo, then Monte Carlo, Patel Infrastructures have got a length of 53 kilometers for 2 number of packages in Gujarat, PNC Infratech, RKC Infrabuild, Roadway Solutions India Infra. There is a note, as of 16 August 2021, the tender of 122 kilometer length is still pending. That is the 1 package in Gujarat and 5 packages in Maharashtra from Virar to Jawaharlal Nehru International Port. Now we will look upon the project financing. The projects is being executed in 52 packages, out of which 31 are under engineering, procurement and construction model or EPC models, while the remaining 21 are hybrid annuity model or HAM projects. What is a EPC project? An EPC project is a particular form of contracting arrangement used in some industries where the EPC contractor is made responsible for all the activities from design, procurement, construction to commissioning and handover of the deliverables to the owners and operators. We have also learned about BOT project in estimation and costing. A BOT model is used to finance large projects, typically infrastructure projects developed through public-private partnerships. BOT projects are normally large-scale, greenfield infrastructure projects that would otherwise be financed, built and operated solely by the government. The HAM project is a hybrid and can be called as a mixture of EPC model and BOT model, in which the government of India will pay approximately 40% of the project cost in the tranches linked to milestones, while the balance 60% would be arranged by the contractors. Now let's talk about some of the achievements that the contractors of India have achieved in the construction of Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. News headline showed Vidjan SP 1600 slip form paver sets world record during concrete paving in India. Vidjan is actually a German company to whom contract was given by Patel Infrastructures to develop the world's largest paving machine of 18.75 kilometers. Let's see about the construction project. The project was of expansion of Delhi-Vadodara-Mumbai Expressway between Vadodara to Bharuch that consisted of package 2 and 3. The length of the entire construction project was 1,350 kilometers. The planned completion of the entire project was January 2023. Length of the construction section for the world record was 31 kilometers. and the measured distance for the world record was 2.56 kilometers, that is 1.28 kilometers in both the direction. Now just now let's look at the parameters for the world record. The window of time for the world record was 24 hours, that's a complete day. The paving length was 18.75 meter, which is the longest paving length in a single turn. The paving thickness was 300 mm. The paving of pavement quality concrete, also called as PQC concrete, was done. Also, machine integrated fully automatic insertion of dowel bars and tie bars took place. The machine used was SP 1600 and TCM 180, which were one of its kind machines. Of course, the construction company was Patel Infrastructure Private Limited. This is the paving machine. In the span of 24 hours, Patel Infrastructures set world records for which they concreted their name in the Indian Book of World Records and Golden Books of World Record. The first world record that they made was highest quantity of pavement quality concrete laid in 24 hours, that is 14,613.3 cubic meters of concrete. They didn't end here. They again made a world record of largest quantum of pavement quality concrete produced in 24 hours. That is 14,370 cubic meters of concrete. They didn't end here. They also made the third world record of laying the pavement quality concrete in 18.75 meters width continuously for 24 hours. That is 1,280 meters in both the lanes. And they finally made the last world record on the same day for largest area of rigid pavement quality concrete laid on an expressway in 24 hours, that is 48,711 square meters. Hush, that's a lots of world record for a single day. Now let's see about GR Infra projects. Between Kamdia to Khandarwasa village in Madhya Pradesh, GR Infra projects employed 300 dumpers, 80 excavators, 60 soil compactors, 50 tankers that would be moving around 70 lakh of cubic meters of earthwork. In this span, over 95 structures would be constructed, the base of which would be steel. Every day, 800 metric tons of steel would be poured in the workshops of GR Infra projects. A machine called Superpower Steel 300 would be cutting around 150 metric tons of steel each shift. Robotic bar bending and bar cutting machines with accuracy of millimeters would be done. Churning of 250 metric tons of steel would take place in a single day. Perpetual pavement concrete design techniques has been used for this span. What is a perpetual pavement? Perpetual pavement is a name coined to describe a three-layer flexible pavement design and construction concept. Application of the concept produces a deep strength asphalt pavement that can resist structural fatigue distress for a long period, that is almost half a century, and thus result in long-lived pavements. GR Infra project claims that the pavement laid would require no maintenance for almost a decade. The team has also induced cellular fiber in the design of pavements, which makes it more reliable for safety and serviceability of the road. Again, Narmada Steel Bridge was built in the record time of 32 months by Nitin Gadkari, says Nitin Gadkari in the newspapers. The general information of this bridge was the time and status. Beginning of the work was in 2014 and it was completed in 7th March 2017. The project type was extra-dosed bridge. Extra-dosed bridge is a combination of a cable stayed bridge and a box girder type bridge. The function was a road bridge. Material used was pre-stressed concrete bridge. Location is between Bharuch in Gujarat in India, also constructed by Patel Infrastructures and L&T. It was constructed by L&T and Dudak System International. The estimated cost was around 379 crores. Talking about the technical information, the dimension of the main span was 144 meters. The total length was 1400 meters. The span length on both the sides would The side lengths on both the sides were 96 meters, and there were 7 span of 144 meters in between. The deck depth was 4 meters. The deck width was 20.8 meters. The pylon height above the deck was 18 meter, and there are 9 number of pylons provided. The material for deck used was pre-stressed concrete. For pylons, it was reinforced concrete. For abutment, it was reinforced concrete. The new bridge will have the longest span in India. The new bridge consists of 96-meter long side spans and 8 144-meter long main spans. The structure will be the first extra-dose bridge in the state of Gujarat and will have the country's longest span. Each of the center span consists of 38 of 3.55 meter long precast concrete hollow box girder segments. At each of the pylons, there are 2 stay cable planes consisting of 6 stays arranged in the fan pattern to support the bridge deck. In total, DSI Bridgecon supplied and installed 216 stayed cables, each 27.5 to 70 meter long, with a strand tonnage of 500 ton. The stay cables were anchored at the bridge deck using anchorages and at the pylons using the anchor box system. In this system, the fact that the stay cable anchorages are located outside the permit slender pylon shapes because the interior of the pylon does not need to be accessible. In addition, sensors were also installed in order to permit long-term monitoring and of the forces acting on the stay cables. Now, let's see about some of the facilities that were provided under this project. The first is wayside amenities. We have talked about it earlier, but wait, there is more. The expressway will have wayside amenities at 93 places, having facilities like ATM, hotels, retail shops, food courts, charging station for electric vehicles, and fuel station. It will also be the first expressway in India to have helipads and fully equipped trauma centers at every 100 km for accident victims. There would also be India's first electric highway. On March 25, 2021, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said in Lok Sabha that there is a plan to develop a stretch of this expressway as an e-highway, where trucks and buses can run at the speed of 120 km per hour to 150 km per hour, which will bring down the logistic cost by 70% as heavy vehicles will run on electricity instead of diesel. The NHAI has started the construction of this project and is expected to complete it by March 2022. It will also have 4 dedicated lanes of electric vehicles in the entire expressway, out of the 8 lanes provided. Another thing which a construction should ensure in its construction is the construction being environment friendly. The Delhi-Mumbai Expressway is being developed as an environment-friendly expressway with a tree cover of 2 million trees watered with drip irrigation along the entire stretch with a rainwater harvesting system at every 500 meters. The expressway will be lit using the mix of power supply from the state grids and of course the solar energy. Then it would be the Asia's first bridge to have wildlife crossing. A combined length of 2.5 kilometers of this 8-lane wide expressway will have run under 5 natural looking wildlife crossings on the stretches identified as the known wildlife corridors between tiger reserves. One of these crossings would be tunnel in Mukundara Hills National Park, which will be the country's first 8-lane wide tunnel. This will be the first expressway in India to have a wildlife crossing. The crossings over the expressway will have 8-meter tall noise barrier walls on the either side. An uncovered stretch of expressway passing through the wildlife corridors will have 6-foot tall walls on both the sides of the expressway to prevent animals and pedestrians from entering to minimize the impact of traffic zipping past the speed of 120 kilometers to 150 kilometers per hour. This expressway runs through Aravali wildlife corridors, specially affecting corridors between 4 tiger reserves of Rajasthan, namely Sariska Tiger Reserves, Mukundara Hill National Park, Ranthambore National Park, and Ramgarh Vishdhari National Wildlife Sanctuary, all of which are important tiger reserves in India. Here, I conclude my presentation. steady progress is being made on the rupees 1 trillion Delhi-Mumbai Expressway project, which is up to 1,350 kilometers of span. The 8-lane expressway being built under the engineering, procurement, and construction route would reduce the distance between the two cities by over 150 kilometers, cutting travel time of 24 hours to just 13 hours. Likely, it is going to be ready in 2023 to 24. The project was a necessity because of heavy traffic congestion on the Delhi-Mumbai National Corridor along NH48 of the Golden Quadrilateral. The 6-lane corridor, a critical component of the country's road networks, sees average traffic of around 80,000 passenger car units, and the figure is expected to rise around 100,000 PCUs soon. The Delhi-Mumbai Expressway that is being constructed under Phase 1 of Bharatmala Pariyojana, which would go on expanding the road networks up to 28,000 kilometers, is possibly the best solution for all the problems of traffic that the northern and western states of India are encountering. New innovations, massive growth in resource management, cutting through uneven terrains, completing project at never seen speed before, are few of the things that truly makes this expressway an engineering marvel. These are the references that I used for the making of these presentations. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, any questions?
Yes, Tanay.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between the national highway and state highway?
Sir, the national highway is maintained by the central government of India, whereas the state highway are maintained by the state governments of respective states. Moreover, the length of national highways are much more longer than the state highways.
And in between two lanes, why we are providing the trees, and what is the height of that trees? Any standard format for height of trees that?
Uh, Sir, actually, there is a study called arboriculture about the trees. For this Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, 2 billion trees are to be planted, and the height consider the height required by IRC codes is 1.5 meters over the um, over the sides of expressway. Also, the trees are provided to avoid the monotonous view of the journey, and since the lanes are adjacent to each other, the lighting from the opposite vehicles may create obstruction while driving, and therefore trees are provided to obstruct that lightings.
Tanay,
Yes, sir.
can you tell us something about the materials used?
Sir, actually, the stretch of the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway is too long. For some sections, it is being built in bitumen asphalt, and in some section, it is being made in rigid pavements of concretes. So actually, I got the design of Vadodara to Bharuch, which was a rigid pavement, but the complete length of the highway cannot be determined since the length is too long and the construction varies from place to place.
I mean to say, what special materials are used here?
Sir, special materials. Okay. The perpetual concept of design was used, for which cellular fibers were induced in the rigid pavements to increase the durability of the concrete for the highways. Also, since it is an expressway, IRC loading of AA was considered while designing. So the concrete used was above M35 grades for the rigid pavements.
What do you mean by AA?
Sir, it is a type of when a construction is going to take place, loadings are considered by various traffic volumes. The class AA type of IRC loading considers 700 kilonewton of load on the pavement. So since it is a expressway, class AA loading was considered.
700 what?
700 ton.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
No, it's kilonewton. 70 ton.
Sorry, sir. 70 ton, 700 kilonewton. Yes, sir.
Is it in terms of tons or the PCUs?
Sir, the PCUs, sir, it can be designed in both the ways in the terms of PCUs, where we have to do the traffic volume survey first, and the loading considered was by IRC standards, so it was class AA loading considered.
What is meant by PCU?
PCU,
Yeah.
sir, I don't know, sir. Hello.
Yeah, it's okay. What is the width of the expressway?
Sir, the width of the expressway, the width of a particular lane is 3.45 meters, and the expressway is having multiple lanes at various corridors. Like from Delhi to Meerut, it is 14 lanes. At some places, it is 8 lanes. So for 2 lanes, it would be around 7 meters, 7 point.
No, no, no. You tell me in the entire length, what is the minimum and the maximum width?
Sir, the minimum width would be 18.75 meters to maximum width of 22 meters. Hello.
Yes, what do you conclude from your seminar?
Sir, actually, there is a lot of pollution and traffic problems in the northern states of India, in the states of Punjab and in the state of Delhi.
Can you show that slide?
Which
The
one, sir?
conclusion.
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, as we have seen, lots of world record has been created, and speed of the projects was mammoth speed. So new innovations and massive growth in resource management is taking place, and this makes the this Delhi-Mumbai Expressway an engineering marvel for India.
Yes, in the middle of your conclusion, whatever you have written,
Yes,
it
sir.
is 1 lakh PCUs. Can you see that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is that?
Sir, those are per car units. Passenger car units, sorry.
So that's what I was asking. What is 1 PCU equal to?
Sorry, sir, I misheard it as PUC. So I thought that you are talking about PUC, which we do to the vehicles.
What you are saying?
Sir, I misheard it as PUC.
No, no, no. I pronounced it very correctly.
Oh, sorry, sir. PCU stands for passenger car units.
Yes, where it is going to end?
Sir, it will end at Jawaharlal Nehru International Port in Navi Mumbai.
So in the latest news, there was something about this one. Do you know that?
Sir, I have
It is
tried
going to be extended up to the Nariman point, if you have heard it correctly.
Okay, sir. I was not able to find that information on net, but maybe it was a recent news.
Just recent in the last week, it was announced by the minister.
Yes, sir. Multiple spurs would take place from Jawaharlal Nehru International Port. So it would be one of the spurs that would be ending in that place. The main length would not exceed 1,350 kilometers. And just like that, multiple spurs would take place from Bharuch and from Vadodara to Ahmedabad, and at the Delhi end, multiple spurs will be projected. Actually, the length of the spurs to be projected from the main highway is around 22 spurs. So it may be one of those spurs. Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, you are very much audible.
Tanay,
Yes, sir.
you have given the good presentation and डाटा भी आपने बहुत सारा कलेक्ट किया, बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया आपने, बट इट इज वेरी लॉन्ग, बहुत टाइम लगा है आपने, ठीक है, आइंदा से थोड़ा ध्यान रखना कि आगे जाके थोड़ा सा बहुत बड़ा हो गया हो, ठीक है.
Yes,
So okay, please you tell me, you use the word hybrid model. What is meant by hybrid model regarding to cost?
Sir, hybrid model is a kind of model. The cost is distributed between the contractors and between the government of India. Since it is not possible for the government of India to incur the complete cost of construction in one go, the government decides that 60% of the cost would be incurred by the constructors and 40% of the cost would be given by government of India. And once it is constructed, it will be operated for few years by contractors, and then it would be hand over to the government of India.
Okay, इसका मतलब क्या होगा रहा है? हाइब्रिड का मतलब क्या हो गया फिर वहां पे? What is meant by hybrid then?
Sir, a hybrid hybrid. It is called hybrid because it is a kind of mixture of EPC project
Yeah.
and BOT project.
Yeah, yes, correct. It is very correct now. Okay.